Hello, and welcome back to Shadow of War. I'm Jade Star.
I'm Amram PK.
And this is the Desolation of Mordor, the Baranor-themed DLC.
This doesn't seem like a place you find good men! We're not looking for good men. We're looking for mercenaries. We have no hope of taking the fortress without them. If we make it far enough to hire them, with those things out there...
These bones! This place has swallowed things larger than us!
Run! Get off the sand!
It's all sand!
So, interestingly, this is built as a bit of a a roguelite DLC, of all things.
Oh!
Yeah.
They gotta walk without rhythm.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Oh, I failed
Oh
the
no!
QT. Yeah, it's supposed to mash button clear.
Well, that's the end of this DLC.
Ah, I was hoping it wasn't a corpse I was dragging home. Be a bit weird, that, eh?
My men... What happened?
I'm sorry, lad. They weren't as lucky as you.
Thank you for saving me.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank this. That little darling's a bit twitchy, but she should get you up to my camp no trouble. I've got a newer one myself. Worked out all the hitches.
Hitches?
Word of advice about the climb. If you don't like heights, don't look down. And if you don't like dwarf asses, don't look up.
Oh, man, I'd forgotten how great this DLC
You
is.
built it?
Torvin's back.
Yeah.
Me, lad. I already snatched you from the nasties. No, what you got there's Numenorian. Loads of their contrivances scattered around from way back.
Very useful.
Trick is grabbing it without the worms grabbing you. I found a few promising sites, got them all sketched out. You bring what you find back to me, I'll tinker till it does what it used to. Or does something anyway. Then you can field test it, make sure it's safe. Sound good?
More than fair.
So you're Batman.
Yes. Basically, we're Batman.
You gonna get other gadgets?
Well, we're just going to expand upon what the little Numenorian shield thing does.
Convenient spot if you're
Okay.
moving furniture. But on the plus side, worms don't like heights.
So, what are you doing so far from Gondor?
Looking for the Vanishing Sons. They're a mercenary company.
Yes, I hired a few of them to look for Numenorian bits. Now I owe their leader a few mercenaries. I've got just the thing to get you to where they are. Just don't tell them where I am.
What do I do?
Just run off the edge of the cliff.
Run off the edge of the cliff.
And here, these are the places to poke around for more Numenorian goodies. Go on then. I've used this thing myself. Not a bump or a scratch.
So, remember how you were saying we're Batman?
You're literally Batman, yeah.
Well, we're figuratively Batman.
No, literally.
No, figuratively.
Come on, lad. Here, I'll help you. 1, 2, 3. All Right, how about we try it the other way? 3, 2, 1!
Torvin's great. So this is technically a
Now, whatever you do, don't... Oh, you'll figure it out.
thanks, Torvin. This is technically a score attack mode. Actually, the quicker and more things you get done in this, the higher your score is at the end of it.
Okay.
For the purposes of
Alright,
like the LP and the
this is-
demonstration, I'm not going to be going particularly fast through it because it's just
Then
really
you wouldn't,
fun.
yeah,
Just have to
you wouldn't be able to show everything
think
off
about it,
and
you know?
listen to everyone talk and...
Yeah. And it's quasi-roguelike in the sense that Baranor's upgrades are pretty random. So we're going to expand on his kit, but his gear doesn't upgrade like Talion's at all. Every piece of gear has like 8 slots for attachments that do various and different things. Each of them has like one generic slot, like just increased sword power or whatever. And then there's like a bunch of uniques we'll get later on.
My name is Baranor. I am second captain of the Gondorian Guard at Minas Ithil.
Minas Ithil has fallen some time ago, I believe.
I am seeking soldiers.
Well, it's difficult to be a captain without them. Lucky for you, I've got the finest warriors in all of Middle-earth. Do you carry coin of any kind?
Some.
Some. You're going to need a lot more than some. What are your plans for them, eh? I assume you're not planning to retake Minas Ithil.
I'm planning to take Shindrum.
The fortress? No. That sounds like the work for heroes. All I can offer you are mercenaries. Look, why don't you come back when you have some more money? Or sense? What art?
How do you know that name?
You haven't changed! I remember a boy of 7. Small for his age, so he had a lot to prove. And one day he decided that he was going to explore the caves of Umbar, but he got himself into a little bit of trouble. Lucky for him, he had a brother. A beautiful, courageous older brother who was sent to look for him. And by the time that champion reached him, he was moments away from being devoured by Caragors.
Caragor? Jagai?
No, little brother. I am Serka now. Serka, the unkillable. Serka, the insufferable. Serka, the survivor. But I still bear some scars from my former life.
How did you come to be here? Among these Easterlings?
Same old story. A village is raided, homes are looted, mothers and fathers are slaughtered, screaming tears.
Orcs?
Mercenaries.
How is it?
I should be thankful, though, of course, eh? Not every boy gets the chance to be raised among such a merry band of killers and thieves.
But you lead them.
Yeah, only until I got a knife in my back. And believe me, that is how all leaders end up. But enough history. Blood only goes so far. You and I, we have business to transact.
Oh god, I've been holding that cough the entire scene. So, hiring mercenaries is actually a mechanic of the DLC. And here's the roster for us.
Wow. There's already a lot to unpack here.
Yeah. So the first row is commons, then you get rares, and then legendaries. And the mercenaries all have traits much like our orc captains.
Okay.
Excuse me. So we have just enough money to hire one of the first mercenaries out of the front row. And look, they all have other traits. It's fun. Yeah, he becomes enraged when orcs become enraged. Well, they even have immunities. The orc board needed space, so that guy's just gonna die. Now, unlike Talion, we're not just having followers to have followers and eventually fill positions with. Kalas, for example, will be following us around. He's now our bodyguard on the 2 press button. And we can have up to 3 later with some skills. And you can actually just have 3 dudes following you around the entire time.
Okay.
Oh yes, Baranor is mortal, so death is the end of the game, and because it's kind of a roguelite, that means complete reset. That means go back to start.
If I'm going to take that fortress, I better start with something smaller. Let's see about those outposts.
And then also, so Torvin, I think I'm gonna open it up here. Oh, here's the inventory first. So you can find augments for your weapons, for the sword, the dagger, the crossbow part of the shield part of the shield, and your armor. And then here we are, Torvin skill upgrades. So we actually have to find artifacts laying around to upgrade the Numenorian shield thingy.
Okay, so you're looking for lost tech.
Yeah. So he gives us these sketches of where to look. Some of them are pretty easy and recognizable. Some of them are less so. Like that one's kind of nondescript. And it's kind of like a bridge. And then it's like, oh, okay. It's just the castle. But where exactly in there? Yeah.
Right. So there's not going to be a marker on the map. It's
Nope.
You've got to find a place.
Yep.
Visually.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Although, did one of those already look familiar to you?
I wasn't paying enough attention to all of them. It's like right here, is it?
Not exactly, but very close. I forgot it wasn't inside. Right there. Gotta remember which button to press.
The Numenorians possessed wisdom far superior to any we have today. Shame that in the end it wasn't enough to save them. But it does fascinate me how they created a device to aid in climbing, and later upgraded it to knock loads of people down. If it were me, I'd have done it the other way round.
Love Torrent. So, mouse 5 is usually my pickup button, because that's now the bat grapple.
Oh, it could be broken at worse. I suppose I'd have no way of knowing.
So another one of those sketches was super obvious. As soon as we fast travel, you'll see it. Hell, you can see it on the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That big dragon skull. Oh, the other thing is that the Numenorian crossbow has up to 6 types of ammo. And unlike Eltariel or Talion's bow, you don't need to hold to draw the string back because, you know, it's a crossbow.
Didn't seem to do any damage.
Well, it wasn't a headshot.
Looks
Also-
pretty weak as well. It's sort of like, eh.
Nah, they're pretty good, especially if you get the upgrades later.
You're in my sights.
So the crossbow is batarangs.
You're just gonna make everything about Batman, aren't you? Oh, and instead of elf coins, we now have Easterling coins, I guess. Oh, important from the end of the last DLC where we're talking about those like 2 Asian princesses that became Nazgul and whether or not they were Easterlings and is there a Middle Earth Asia. Well, these guys, like I always said, like, yeah, I thought, like, you know, the Haradrim were the Easterlings, but...
The Numenorians set their minds to making a man fly. But when they figured out a device that could do it, they decided they weren't impressed enough with themselves. So, they set about improving on it. How could a people who soar like birds fall so far that there's hardly any trace of them left?
So yeah, like, I thought like the Haradrim and the baddies on the Marmooks were Easterlings, and
Or maybe I can.
calling them Easterlings here, so I have no idea. It seems fitting, though. Alright, so we're gonna go turn these into Torvin. So you have to find them, and then you have to get them back to Torvin.
Okay.
Which is really trivial, since he's a fast travel point.
Can't believe this place isn't crawling with treasure seekers. All that Numenorian kit and it's there for the taking. Just have to dig it out of the sand. And not get eaten by worms. I know where it is. Ah! Told you where to look, didn't I?
Also, none of the choices are exclusive from each other. Like how Italian and Eltarials were.
Oh, okay. So you can have all of these things.
Yes.
Cool.
Because they do very different things.
That'll tilt the odds in your favor.
So the chain whip thing is something to do with full might for an AoE attack. It's kind of his version of Elven Light.
Yeah, Catwoman gets it.
God.
I think I should kill
And the other is a boost. Like if you grapple up to something high, you can just launch yourself past it and go into kite mode.
Yeah, Batman can do that.
God damn it!
It seems like they literally just ripped off every Batman gadget, but whatever.
Well, this was published by WB, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess. It's not the same devs though.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't have to worry about being sued. Oh, that's cool.
Here's one of my favorite things.
Oh, wow!
Death from above. And I'm not 100% positive on it, but I swear that the higher you do that from, the more damage it does. Which is, you know, only noticeable to captains. But I have absolutely one-shot captains by stealth stabbing them from heights. Also, intel is going to be a lot rarer because, again, we can't, you know, like, mind-jack orcs.
You're once again reliant on searching their asses.
We will gain an additional means of finding intel, but it requires progression through the story missions. Also, occasionally there's just dead orcs with supplies on them. Usually just ammo or health potions and a tiny bit of money. This orange one, I think, has a piece of kit for our gear. Directly up his ass, of course. So, how would we like our stealth attacks to light enemies on fire for the rest of the game?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not super necessary, but it's fun. So the dagger and all slots can have 8 pieces, so I was kind of thinking for a moment, it's like, that's not really necessary, and I don't want to, like, fill up on slots that aren't, like, exactly what I want, but the chances that I find, like, 7 unique modifiers for the dagger in the course of a run-through is pretty low.
Tell me, brother, what do you see?
Orcs, wagons, more orcs.
Do you know what I see? Coin, fortune, and enough danger to make it fun.
It seems you have better eyes than I do.
It looks too, but who's keeping track?
I suppose this coin you speak of is in those wagons, those surrounded by guards.
Soon to be dead guards. No survivors. The Overlord can't know that this is us. After all, he is paying us to keep these deliveries safe.
You're working for the orcs?
Look, in this line of work, I can't choose where my coin comes from. Besides, if you're thinking about taking over that fortress, you're going to need my men. And if you need men, you need coin. Help me, brother. I'll give you a family discount.
How generous.
Keep an eye out for wereworms. They're drawn to grog.
I love Serka.
Wereworms.
Yeah. They only come out at a full moon or when grog is soaking the sand, I guess.
A wereworm.
I mean, what do you want to call them?
Like anything else.
I'm pretty sure sandworms is copyright to Dune or something. Besides, they're really fun.
What do they call the worms in Tremors? Graboids.
Fucking what?
I'm pretty sure it was graboids.
Graboids. Why do you call them that? Well, they grab us.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have a shape, like a thing that's an oid? I don't know. Oh yes, and our bodyguards, you may have noticed, all had different classes, like quartermaster or something like of that effect, which affects the abilities they can use. So like right now, our guy has what, like heroic battle cry or something? Heroic war cry, yeah. So if we tap his button, he will perform an ability that will heal all of our friendly mercenaries around us at the expense of his own health.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Quartermasters will drop like ammo for your crossbow. I forget what all the abilities are.
I'm telling you,
I'm sure they'll come up.
I know. Before the fight, he gives one of them grog. Nice move.
Stealth.
More of the same.
Orc blood reeks. I hate getting it on my blade. Better than getting yours on theirs. Yes, it's a little better.
More loot from the city.
I was trying to find another like sand swirl to get the fourth or the fifth orc kill with wereworm before I run out of chances, but I don't think there's another sand swirl around here.
How are you supposed to do it then? Are you supposed to lure one to one of the ones that were elsewhere, or...?
Oh, this isn't the end of the mission, so there's more opportunities later. I just
All this
didn't
supplies
realize.
come through this canyon.
I thought it was hard to get blood out of leather.
This is all Gondorian coin.
And now, it's Easterling coin. Let's get these wagons back to the Oasis. Today, we get paid.
These caravans have to stop.
You and your boys need to get all this grog cleaned up before any wereworms show up. And don't spill any more, or you'll bring the Rumbler here.
The Rumbler? Sounds like just what I need. It's time to spill some grog. The orcs will eventually learn
I really like Baranor's voice actor.
Yeah. He's good. Oh, good. I like Serka. Who I wonder if is voiced by the same person who does Ratbag. Just kind of has the same like rhythm and intonations.
I know what you mean. I mean, he's obviously, if it is the same guy, he's doing a completely different voice, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah. It's just the pacing and the great comedic timing. It's, I don't know, maybe. I probably could have looked that up at the time if I thought about it. But I'm here to stab orcs, not like plan ahead. Also, my bodyguard's retino's getting eaten. Hey,
yeah.
I'm just gonna send him away so he doesn't get eaten. I don't want to have to hire a new one. I don't have money for that.
You know, too far away.
Yeah, they've had a very disappointingly close range as it turns out, but no matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they just pop out. It's worrying. Also hurts even if it doesn't get a direct hit. However, I do actually kind of like the limited health system, in a way. Because it's not dependent on orcs, or flowers, or being able to press a button to, like, have Eltariel do her light magic. It's instantaneous in a menu.
Right. Oh, watch out.
I mean, I guess it's nice that it's like that, because the fail state is more severe for Baranor than the others.
Yeah. It's a good thing that there are a million grog barrels here.
Yeah. It was a grog convoy. And Gondorian coin. It's a nice touch that all the dialogs that were pulling the wagons are suddenly running away, too.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Cut off the enemy's supply line.
That was also my supply line! I need to keep the coin flowing. Do you see those men back there? Those are not soldiers. Their loyalty is bought, and when they stop getting paid, their blades are no longer under my control.
These are marauder orcs. When we take their fortress, you'll get half their fortune, and I'll use the other half to pay you and your men for whatever comes next.
All right. You know, coin is one thing. That fortress is another. Oh, I hope you've got a great plan.
You think he's happy with us? Oh yeah, I forgot. Story mission also unlocks some skills as well. So like Rally, it's our Wrath meter, but it's Rally, and it just supercharges all of your allies near you.
Now I just need a plan.
And we'll even summon bodyguards even if they're on cooldown. Did we get one more thing? No. Did I? Did I get another blueprint? I don't remember.
I don't
Going
think
to
so.
another sandstorm soon. I can taste it. Maybe I'm tasting the last one.
No. No, I just thought this was a good place to have a nice vista and end. But Torvin always says amusing things. So this has been the first episode of Desolation of Mordor. It's really fun. Great little DLC. I wish it was a bit longer because it's really fun gathering all of the weird trinkets for the Numenorian gear. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
He's the one they call Torvin. He's strong and stout and he's dwarven.